What's up, guys? I wanted to take a few minutes in this video to talk about something that I think has not been talked about much lately, but I think it's important to, and that is basically some knowledge that you need to have and things that you should do in order to help protect yourself legally in the event that you were ever to defend yourself. Now, first of all, guys, I am not a lawyer in any way, shape, or form, but I do think that there are some common sense things that you can do that will help protect yourself in the event of something were to happen. But guys, before we get started, I would appreciate it if you would like and share the video, leave me a comment down below, and guys, always be sure to subscribe to my channel as well. It really helps to overcome the YouTube algorithm. Now, depending on where you live, there is a broad range, a broad spectrum of legal issues that you might need to navigate. There's a lot of states out there, like where I'm at here in Kentucky. We are what you would call constitutional carry. And I think it's somewhere around 28 states now that have adopted constitutional carry, which, again, I support it 100%. I believe that the Second Amendment means what it says. But that does not mean that we should relegate our responsibility to understand the laws within our own areas. And what I mean by that is if you were in one area and did certain things that were perfectly legal in another state, you could be in trouble for that. Now, a few years ago, when Kentucky first passed constitutional carry, there were a lot of folks who immediately went out, started carrying a gun before the law went into effect. And they got themselves into trouble, and there again, the law was set to go into effect for a certain date, and they were caught prior to that date. Yeah, I think it's a bunch of malarkey, but hey, that's what it is. And if you were to go to any of these states, any of these constitutional carry states, there's going to be some differences. Okay, each of them are going to have some slight differences. Some states, you're required to notify law enforcement if you are armed. Others, you are not required. Say what you want about it, guys, but that unfortunately is what the law is in some states. The best thing that you can do is to learn the laws of your area, your particular state. That's where taking the concealed carry class in your state could benefit you. Okay, if it's just simply going for the legal section, whether you decide to get a carry license or whatever, if you take that class, you're going to get some exposure to the laws within your state. Yes, you can go online, you can look up, read up, and study a lot of this for yourself, and I would encourage you to do so. If you're just not somebody, though, that wants to go through, do all that study and do all that reading, go take the concealed carry class. That way you're not having to filter through all of the statutes within your state. Most of your classes, that's something that you will get. If it's a state instructor, for as far as I'm aware, in most states, that is a part of it, is the legal part. And that's very important for you. Because, guys, what you do not want to do is you do not want to get yourself in trouble. Okay, thinking you are in the right, thinking that you are doing something perfectly legal, does not necessarily mean you're doing something perfectly legal. And as the courts have held, ignorance of the law does not mean you're necessarily innocent. Okay, that's just the way things are, guys. We can debate all day long whether or not it's right or wrong. Do so down in the comments, guys. Feel free. Just keep it civil. But at the same time, that's just how it is. You don't want to put yourself in a situation to where you have a ton of legal bills, a ton of legal issues. Because at the end of the day, we're all trying to get through. We're trying to protect ourselves, protect our families, and that does need to include legal protection. Okay, plain and simple. Keep it legal. Now, something else that I wanted to talk about as well. Some of the insurance scams, in some cases that there are out there, these self-defense insurance scams, there's a lot that's coming out about some of these. I really think that you need to take a hard look before spending your money on some of this stuff before you go and invest in some of these so-called insurances. Now, guys, full disclosure, this is not sponsored. This video is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. I'm just going to tell you what I do, and there's others out there that are doing like what I do. I use the attorneys on retainer. Again, not sponsored. They don't know that I'm doing this. It's just something that I've taken my own money and spent my own money on. They're basically a prepaid legal service. If something were to happen, they are your attorney. Okay, they specialize in this stuff. That's what I use. There's others out there. Do your research. In the past, I've used the ACLDN. You know, that's something else. It's another thought. I've used, you know, one other one that I'm not going to mention. No, not USCCA, although I did come close to it. But again, guys, do your research. Do everything you can to protect yourself legally as well. Not just physically with a firearm or any kind of tool that you use for self-defense, but also do what is necessary to protect yourself legally. Because the reality is, guys, if something were to happen and while you're in jail, you're not there to protect your family. Okay, so do what you can to protect yourself legally. And the step one of that is to know the laws of your area. Do everything you can to know those laws. Take a class, do the research, talk to a lawyer, you know, spend some money, hire a lawyer, just say, hey, I want to sit down with you for an hour or so. How much would you charge? Invest in yourself to help protect yourself legally. But guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Also check out all the links down below. That way you can kind of help support the channel. And also I want to take a minute to thank my channel members. Thanks for what you do. And if you guys out there that want to help support the channel, feel free to do so. I really appreciate it. Guys, thanks for watching. Check out all the rest of the videos on my channel, and we'll see you next time.